Chapter 10, Mishnah 6. Returning to the chapter's original subject, the Mishnah discusses another case of two properties, each owned by a different person, that are situated one above the other. Two gardens are next to each other, and the surface of one is higher than the surface of the other, so that there is a vertical wall of earth between them, and vegetables are growing out of the vertical area between the two gardens. Thus, the roots of the vegetables are in the ground of the upper garden, while the plants themselves are hanging over the lower garden. It is a matter of dispute who owns the vegetables. Rabbi Meir says the vegetables belong to the owner of the upper garden because they are nourished from his earth. But Rabbi Yehuda says they belong to the owner of the lower garden because they are in his airspace. Rabbi Meir and Rabbi Yehuda offer arguments to support their opinions. Rabbi Meir said, if the owner of the upper garden decides to take away his earth, i.e., if he decides to remove the dirt under his garden until his garden is level with the lower one, there would be no vegetables here. Since there would be no plants if he removes his earth, anything that grows in that earth should be his. Rabbi Yehuda said, if the owner of the lower garden decides to fill his garden with earth until it is level with the upper garden, there would be no vegetables here. Since there would be no plants if he removes his airspace, anything that grows in that airspace should be his. Rabbi Meir responds to the above arguments. Rabbi Meir said, since both of them can block each other, i.e., they can each prevent the growth of the vegetables, they are both equal in this respect. And these arguments do not give either person an advantage. Rather, we check where the vegetables draw their nourishment in order to determine who owns them. Since they are nourished from the ground, they belong to the owner of the upper garden who owns that ground. The Mishnah cites a third opinion as to who owns the vegetables. Rabbi Shimon said, any vegetable that the owner of the upper garden can stretch out his hand and take while he is in the garden belongs to him. But the other vegetables, i.e., those he cannot reach, belong to the owner of the lower garden. According to Rabbi Shimon, by law, the vegetables all belong to the owner of the upper garden. However, it can be assumed that he gives up his right to the vegetables he cannot reach.